All right, welcome to my channel again. So today we are talking about Australia visa for religious leaders, minister of religion. Depending on the religion you are practicing, it can be priest, pastors, imam, monk, rabbi, whatever you call them. But I'm going to show you everything today as we do it. Okay, so Australia has visas that qualify you to come from outside of Australia to Australia. It can be permanent resident or temporary resident visa. The first one I want to talk about is visa 407, which is a training visa. Okay, it means you find a trainer in Australia to come. Another one is visa 482, which is skill in demand visa that will allow someone who is employer in Australia to bring you over. And 186 is the extension of that, which is a permanent resident. Now we have visa 190, which is a permanent resident anyone can come to Australia with. And another one is 189, which is a permanent resident. And the last one I want to talk about is visa 491. Okay, so visa 491 is a temporary resident visa. After 3 years in Australia, you apply for permanent residence. Okay, you qualify for it. Now let's talk about which one does a religious leader, a minister of religion, qualify to apply. Before we continue, I just want to say this: there is nothing called Australia visa for religious leader, for pastors or ministers of the church, okay, or religion. There is nothing called that. The thing is that they need to check if they are qualified for any of these visas I have mentioned. Okay, and I'm going to take you one by one to show you if they are qualified for any of these visas. And the one they are qualified for, I'm going to show you the process. Okay, both the documentation required, the process required, and the amount, that is the cost of the visa as well, and how long you have to wait for it to actualize. Okay, if this sounds like something you want to hear, please sit back and let's dig in. All right, welcome. Now I'm going to take you to my screen the way I do it, because I like to show people evidence. I don't just sit and talk. I show you evidence and show you reference where I get the information from, so you will know it is authentic. All right, authentic lady, we show it the way it is. All right, first thing, we want to check if ministers of religion are qualified for skill in demand visa. This is a very popular visa in Australia, visa 482, and that is the particular visa the scammers will use to scam you. Yes, I am saying that again. Yes, evidence plenty. Okay, all right, so this visa, you must have employer for you to come through. However, this visa has 3 streams called skill stream, specialist skill stream, and labor agreement. This occupation is not in labor agreement anyway. Ministers of religions are not here, pastors and priests and so on. Specialist skill stream is not there. Now we need to check core skill stream to see if it's there. Okay, so we're going to check core stream occupation list. All right, so when we get there, what we're going to do is that we're going to search. So we are searching now. We search, we can't find it. Okay, so here I'm using different names. I'm using pastor, priest, religion, anything I can think of. And when I type religion, I just want to type the beginning of the letter of the word so that it will bring out, but nothing is coming out. I'm going to show you the whole list so that you can pause and check and see if you can find it yourself. Okay, all right, so this is the whole list of core skill stream for visa 482 employer sponsored. So I'm quickly going to go through it. However, you can pause and check if you see anything like pastors, ministers of religion, or church leaders, or religious leaders, or priest, or imam, or monk, or anything. Okay, so I have checked very well. I couldn't find any. However, you are free to check. So this means that we are going to move to a different visa now. All right, so the next visa we are moving into is visa 491, visa 190, and 189. So these 3 visas comes under skill occupation list. That is the general skill occupation list. You can go to Google and search Australia skilled occupation list. It will come out and you will search for your occupation. I've made several videos about this. So we're going to use it to check if this is qualified for all these visa and every other visa, like even 482 and every other visa in Australia, like the list of all Australia visa, you will find in this skill occupation list. And if your occupation is there, it will show you all the visas you're qualified for. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, before I search anything religious or leaders or any, I want to show you how skill occupation look like and how they present all the visas. So I'm going to search another occupation, electrician. Okay, so when you search electrician, you will see automotive electrician and all the other occupation that has electrician in their title. Okay, so for automotive electrician, you see all the visas they are qualified for. You see the assessing authority. There is electrician general. You see all the visas they are qualified for, and also the assessing authority. This is just for me to show you what will happen if religious leaders, ministers of religions, and so on, pastors are here. This is how it's going to appear. So we'll select the visas they can apply for. All right, let's go back and type for pastors, ministers of religion, and see. Boom, we find it. Whoa, and what again is there? It is there, guys. But we don't have a lot of visas. We have only one visa they are qualified for, and that is visa 407. You can come from any country with this visa. I will explain in detail. Okay, so there is no skill assessing authority here because this visa does not require you to do skill assessment. You don't need skill assessment for this visa. Visa 407 is called a training visa, subclass 407. Before we proceed, we need to find out what does Australia Immigration call Minister of Religion so that you know if you are qualified to apply for this visa. Okay, so you need to click that number in blue ink. That will explain to you what they need from you. And when you click it, you come to a new page, okay? This page explains what they call ministers of religion here. They perform spiritual functions associated with beliefs and practices of religion, faith, and provide motivation, guidance, and training in religious life for the people of congregations and parishes and the wider community. Skill level. You see, most occupation in this unit group have a level of skill commensurate with a bachelor degree or higher. They want you to have a bachelor degree or yes, or higher. The occupation in this unit requires higher level of personal commitment and interest as well as or in place of qualification. So you can use commitment and stuff, interest to replace the formal qualification. For example, you have a qualification in something different, but you have been in this role for a very long time, you can still go. All right. So they've listed all their tasks. I'm not going to mention them. However, we need to mention other occupations that are here. Okay. So ministers of religion comprises chaplains, imam, monk, priest, rabbi, Salvation Army officer, and so on. Okay, now we're going to talk about how do you apply for visa 407. Okay, visa 407 is a training visa. Okay, so it means that you must have a trainer in Australia for you to come. Your first target is to find a trainer. In the immigration website, Australia immigration website, you will see the list. If you say sponsors of visa 407, you will see the list. Then you check if there is any church or church organization or anything that is there, then you find them and you start negotiating if they are doing training for 407 visa. Okay, so this is the requirement for the visa you must get. This visa will allow you to train and work in your area in Australia. It can allow you to stay up to 2 years. It cannot be renewed, but you can get another visa after this visa, like other work visas, but you cannot renew this one. Okay, so finding trainer is the target. For this visa, whoever is going to nominate you, that is the trainer, will nominate you for any of these three reasons: occupational training required for registration, or occupational training to improve skills in an eligible occupation, or occupation training for capacity building overseas. Okay, it can be any of these. All right. There is no age limit for this visa. However, you must be 18 and older. Okay. All right. So I think if you want to go for this, your target will be finding a trainer that will nominate you. Okay, and the cost for this visa is 415 Australian dollars. That is, application fee is 415 Australian dollars. However, your trainer may charge you. Okay. Now you know that the minister of religion is qualified for certain Australia visa, and you know how to apply and the process. Why not try? Okay, that brings us to the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, for Australia visa, way to go. New Zealand visa, way to go. Okay, authentic information and other countries, please do subscribe and stay. This is an extension of my big channel. You know my big channel. This is an extension, and I'm building this one. And one day I will tell you why I have decided to be building this one. But until then, please support this channel, like and subscribe, share the video. Thank you. Bye.